For ACUSports.com, Zach Carlisle here with head coach Julie Goodenough as the ACU women's basketball team at 2-0 heads to Wright State on Friday. We'll preview that here in just a second. Coach, 2-0. You've had a few days off, though. There's been some practice time to get ready for Wright State. So what have you seen from your team here in this time span?
It's been a good prep for us. We take off in the morning to head to Beaver Creek, Ohio, and our players are really excited. They've done a great job preparing for the game. We have a really good scout team that comes into practices that run our opponent's offense and defense, and so we like where we are right now, and it'll be interesting. You know, this is the first time this season that we've traveled, and we're going to hop on a plane, and you have to kind of figure out what's best for your team in travel situations. So this will be a good learning experience for us. And Wright State is really talented. They won the Horizon last year. They're picked to win it again this year. Very well coached, athletic, super fast. They shoot the ball a lot from everywhere. They try to play really, really fast, and so we are just trying to prepare for that right now.
Yeah, so early on in the season, you talk about trying to win games early on, but for a first road trip, there's a lot of logistics to learn about your team too, right, on road trips?
Yeah, for sure. And flying is completely different than if we bus somewhere. So, there's a lot that we'll learn about our team, and there's probably some things we've forgotten to do, but we'll figure it all out, and I'm sure when it's time for tip-off, we'll be ready to go on Friday evening. We're excited to hit the road, take this team out, and see what kind of road warriors we can become this year.
This is a big week around athletics around the country. It's signing week per se, starting today. Wednesday with the National Letters of Intent. You've got 5 in your upcoming recruiting class. How excited are you about that group?
Gosh, we're so excited. So we are graduating such a great group of seniors. We have 5 seniors in our own class of 2020, and they're going to be hard to replace. And so this recruiting of the 2020 class has been critical just in the future success of our program. So we're signing 5 in the early signing period. They've actually all signed today already. Their paperwork has come in, and we're really excited about them and excited to introduce them to Wildcat Nation with our upcoming press release and social media posts and all of that. But really good group. We feel like that we landed some players that have skill sets that will be perfect in our style of play. But more important than that, they're women of character that we think will thrive in the Christian atmosphere at ACU. And we're excited to have them as part of our program. And I'm really excited about them just to be part of the ACU community.
Yeah, it's really hard to put into words what the challenge is like to go out and recruit, especially 5 out of 12 players on a team. That's a high percentage leaving. How impressed were you with your staff? How good is this staff at going out and getting this talent?
Yeah, my assistant coaches are tremendous. I love to go out and recruit, love making phone calls, and I'm a big texter. I like to keep in touch with our recruits through texting. But honestly, though, once our season starts, that's my priority and my focus, and most of my thoughts and actions are about preparing for the next game, helping the current team that we have. And so I rely heavily on my assistant coaches to continue bringing recruits to my attention and making suggestions on what games I need to go watch our priority recruits. And so, that's a big part of their job. Erica Lambert's my associate head coach. She coordinates the recruiting efforts. And then Coach Cole and Coach Giroux are, they're basically inundated with the recruiting trail on a daily basis. They're talking to coaches, AAU coaches. They're communicating with counselors to get test scores and transcripts and things like that. And so recruiting never stops. And things that we're allowed to do at certain times of the year as far as recruiting, that changes. Like, we can't make contacts, this week at all. We're in a dead period during the signing period. And so you have to know the recruiting calendar. But as far as just the, reaching out, evaluating film, going out and watching players play, communicating via text message and on the phone, it basically is a 12-month out of the year process. It sounds pretty complex, but, if you can identify players that have Division I talent that fit into your style of play, then the next step is to figure out, will they fit in our culture? Will they be able to thrive in the atmosphere at ACU? And when we determine that they can do that, then we go hard after them because we feel like we have a good product within our program. But ACU is an incredible place to be a student and to be a student athlete. And so recruiting, it takes a lot of time, a lot of energy and effort. And I couldn't do the recruiting by myself by any means. I mean, my assistants do the bulk of the boots on the ground work for that, and I really appreciate them and all the efforts in the recruiting process.
5 coming next year. This version of the Wildcats takes on Wright State on Friday night. Looking forward to that game. For Coach Julie Goodenough, Zach Carlisle for ACUSports.com.